So hello, welcome to this video. So what I was able to do was get together a couple of voice actors and we do a little bit of commentary on the first 5 episodes of season 2 of Tales of Valhalla. So let's take a look at that.
So you got the cameras rolling, right?
Yeah, camera's rolling.
Okay,
I thought I hit pause. Pause for this time for real.
Okay. Okay, we'll just introduce ourselves just to get started. This is a commentary for Tales of Valhalla Season 2 for the first half of the season, episodes 1 through 5. And I am Ryan, the producer-creator. I don't sleep at night trying to get this darn show done. But having fun while doing it, and I voice over a lot of the characters, but the main one I voice is Lightfolly.
And I'm Jason, and I voice Nico Saw and the guy that harasses him all the time, Gert. I don't even know the names of my own characters. I never have to say them, you know? It's always Lightfolly, which I usually get wrong anyway.
Well, I'm Sean. I voice Drake Alexander along with a couple other characters. And let's just see how this goes.
Ready to start?
Now, who has seen all these in total, like, so far?
I've watched the first 4. I intentionally held off on 5 for today.
Okay.
So let's see if it behaves, it actually plays correctly.
Oh, no!
See, sometimes it does this.
Okay.
We might have to do something different here.
Connection, but, I mean, so far visually it looks okay. It just needs to connect each other. This, no word of a lie, these 2 battle scenes took 3 years to make. I don't want to do it again anytime soon. But it's so satisfying watching this.
I'll say this much, it looks so far better on a big screen.
Yeah.
Opposed to a little phone or a tablet.
That's you talking, Sean.
One of many voices.
Yeah.
So you want just random character voice when he needs something?
Oh
thrown in
look,
there?
there's a dragon!
I don't really like to fight, sir.
Yeah, got that at the beginning too. So good for each other. It's so beautiful.
I just love those guys. Even the horrible bad guys, those robot things are just awesome.
I love it how somebody mentioned that these Solbergs are like the stormtroopers of this because they're not hitting anything, you know.
I know, right? 3 million rounds going off, and yet now one person drops.
Yeah. It's a close combat that does all the damage.
First fight, then tea. And I put that in. Somebody told me, I hope you didn't break off the figure's gun just for that shot. I'm like, no, figure's already broken.
Someone else in the internet world broken.
I did not kill any minifigures for making this scene. They're already dead.
Now, do you have Nimring talk like he does in the cartoon show?
Well, so far there's been no lines from Nimring. I mean, Nimring has appeared in some some character introductions, just as in the background, especially for the Airborne Elite. But no, so far Nimring does not talk. We do not have a voice actor for Nimring. And really, I don't like dealing with dragons too much, other than just showing them. I don't know if I'll go any farther than that for the series. We'll see.
So we were debating here earlier, this miniature right here. Is that a Maro riding a skeleton or a Maro riding a Maro? Because apparently if it's a skeleton, he's got a tongue, and we were discussing that it's not accurate whatsoever.
Exactly. I'm willing to bet it's a Maro dragon. I don't know. I suppose that works, but I love these shooting like plasma rockets from.
Okay, this guy obviously didn't go to Stormtrooper school. He can actually hit what he's firing.
Yeah, these poor Solbergs though, they get trounced in here.
Why do Solbergs bleed?
Wound tokens to show that they have damage.
Okay, it's just pure damage.
It's just to show damage, like you show in the game. Only it shows up on it.
So are they guarding a wall behind a lava pit or something? I'm just kind of
Yeah,
curious.
it's kind of like a little base for Vidar, basically, and it's on a mountain that has lava in the background.
Oh, okay, it's like a volcano super fortress thing?
Something like that.
Okay.
And then there was 2. No, and ding! Just stings him over into the lava. And that was like, I give up. Nope. Hit you anyway. I thought about like cutting this to make it shorter, but I'm like, no, I put too much time into doing all this stuff. I'm gonna put in as much as I want to. I don't care how long the long time is. And that's me, Berksaw. So he gets like a couple of seconds of airtime there.
I guess that's like a Morrow horse, so I suppose a Morrow dragon could be a real thing.
Yeah, I think so.
It's just painted to look like a skeleton, just odd.
Morrows are weird. Just might as well not ask anything, just blow them up. See, I don't even know what those big troll creatures are. I mean, except you can't beat them like that. And yeah, see, those poor Solbergs. Somebody commented on the effects for these because it looks like the shape of the guns, and those came out really well. And we'll see a lot more of those Mars Stingers in Season 3. Then we got Braxis here with the poison breath. I'd say poison fire breath, basically.
Not vomit?
No, not vomit. Just poison fire. I like the green. I
Plasma vomit.
She does technically have acid breath as a weapon, isn't it?
Oh yeah, poison acid breath. That's what it is. So make it kind of green, acidic, poisony. And take the head off the dragon that we can't figure out if it's bones or not. And then Wellsprings. I like showing the Wellsprings and kind of described in Season 1 by Henderson, but it's just so much better just to show exactly what we're saying is when the Wellsprings are drying up here.
Unknown power beyond any of us dried up all of
They gave it a heartbeat, too.
springs of power. The Valkyrie generals could no longer bring heroes to Valhalla. And in turn, all strangers here could not return to their homes in the past, present, or future.
Army marching, guess how long this took to do?
The army goes marching on.
How long it took to animate?
That could be a very long time
It
if
was
you
a
get
long.
screwed up.
It took a couple nights.
Isn't that me right there? Is that my zombie
Yeah,
voice?
that's your
Okay,
zombie.
so I'm in this
No
episode.
wellsprings to fight for.
You get your
and
name
no
credit in there.
power to conquer.
For the was it Drake Alexander intro? I did a ton of zombie stuff, like 15 minutes of just random zombie
I
crap.
used about 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's all right.
On quiet peace. Until this present time, there was
And
no
I'd
power
say, like,
to seek that was strong enough for the wars to begin.
Nicole, who did like the voiceovers for
That could
Raylan,
change soon.
such a good job,
Very soon.
with this, just setting up the, what this whole universe is supposed
This
to be
voice
like.
kind of reminds me of the voiceover they use for the League of Legends.
I was trying to give it kind of like a Lord of the Rings type of vibe, because who is it that Galadriel speaks at the beginning of Fellowship of the Ring. So I wanted to give it that type of vibe. And totally different, like not the violin intro that you usually do, it's an epic music sound. And I love this map. Got a graphic designer to just totally colorize the thing, and it just looks so much better now. So more real. It really looks good on a widescreen. It
This
does.
looks really good. It's like
Yes.
it's like we're actually watching a feature.
It looks really nice. I mean, I don't have my glasses on, and it looks really nice. I gotta thank graphic designer. I gotta thank Hit Film too.
Is that how you got the 3D plane effect that went in there?
Exactly. It just rendering through that software is just amazing.
Music sounds familiar.
And then we just get to Serenity, Gimp starting a fire, cooking like he's doing at home right now. Yeah, smoke in the background. I just love that little touch of smoke in the background.
Instead of resting after that long mission, maybe playing a few card games and turning in early. I have to stand on duty with the Kyrie triplets.
Is this Jandar's castle?
No, this is just a border fortress
Okay.
on one of Jandar's borders, basically. No, Jandar's castle is huge. I mean, I've seen like pictures of that thing. My goodness, that's insane.
When you step into a real fight, let us know. We just look at the enemy and then
Yeah,
run.
the Kyrie triplets. One of them is Sean.
I don't know what is worse. Lieutenant Dan giving me demerits? Does Sergeant Green with it? Or that the punishment really works?
Hey there, little puny man. Come back here. We will show you how to build big muscles and be strong like us. Oh, and second thought, that would never work.
Yeah, that was actually a mistake. Sean's voiceover is actually supposed to be when he's across the way, but I moved the wrong figure.
Oh.
So I had to do it with Sean's figure, and then another voiceover with the person I did the voiceovers with for that. So and I made a mistake, but it still looks good.
I'm
It still
not saying
sounds
that
good.
those three can't fight. I just think that
That robot's my son.
That's your son?
Yeah, yeah. He was whining one day. I put him in front of the microphone, and that whine basically altered it into the mechanical voice. So
Child labor.
his name's on the credits. Baby labor.
Maybe later. Yeah, that's true. He's probably, what, 6 weeks old at the time?
More like
that is saying something.
he was like 6 months old.
Okay.
About me.
Slightly better.
Just about how without you would not have gotten that glyph of speed.
That, Henderson, is one of the most honest things you have ever said about me. Okay, you're a big klutz, but you're free to have some downtime.
Really, sir?
Get out of here.
As you can see, I try and go a lot more with the close-ups now. It's like,
Yeah.
It's like season 1, not so much close-ups, and that's one thing people were commenting like, we want to see these things closer. I was like, okay. So the
The
more
animation is a lot smoother too.
yeah,
Ouch.
it was rendered differently in season 1.
What you do differently this time?
I rendered it via HitFilm, and for season 1, I rendered with a different software to where it had like kind of like a skin effect, and it's like it looked too blurry.
You got off guard duty?
Yes, Toothpick. The triplets say hi.
I'm sure I do.
Something smells good.
Yeah, just my who-knows stew.
Oh, what is in it?
Who knows?
Oh,
Just be
And
thankful.
when it
I
comes to the
understand.
point
My
that
friend,
they're about to play a card game, one thing in the stories and within Heroescape is that they're going to actually do play card games together in their downtime. So
We
that's
did
one of the
just
reasons
get
why.
back today
put
from
that
our
in.
mission of getting that glyph and finding our new friend. That was just in case you, the audience, wanted to know.
Toothpick, our fourth wall breaker.
I noticed.
And I had to purchase these card playing sound effects too, just so you know.
A lot of actions lately.
Yeah, something.
What about the heartbeat sound effect?
I think I had that one actually.
Agrees with that
No,
statement.
that was purchased too.
So, Toothpick, this new friend of yours is the wind.
No, sir. But it can control the wind. Oh, that's a bad hand?
And does it have a name?
Not a normal one. Although I think I would give it the name My Friend. To keep it simple. There's no way you can keep things simple today.
Back so soon, huh, sir?
Yes, Henderson.
While you three were here wasting time, playing cards, and discussing Toothpick's ability to come up with a new imaginary friend every
Now, the guy we would need here for the commentary would have been Tyler, who plays the
Toothpick.
Toothpick. He's a character.
Yeah, Tyler, he's currently in the woods somewhere up north. I don't know if it's Alaska or UP or whatever, but that's what he's doing currently.
Huh.
He's got a full beard now. The kid has
Really?
a full beard.
I guess I haven't seen him since out of high school. So
Yeah, it's insane. But yeah, he's doing adventure things.
So now he's a hipster.
Hey, smoking fire! We need water! Hold on there, Henderson. My friend, my amigo, my compadre, my very own.
Toothpick, just say it.
Right. Maybe my friend can help.
Toothpick, if you think the power of your imagination can douse flames, then you must have a few more screws loose than I have ever observed. In the name of Jandar, what are you thinking half the time?
You see the air elemental for like a second here. Boop.
What just happened? That worked better than I thought.
Now, could other characters see it when that happens, or is that
Nope,
just
because they all are facing the direction of the fire,
Okay.
so they didn't see it.
Supposed to stick with eating the armor rations. Toothpick, that wind? Was that you?
Don't be ridiculous, Henderson. That was clearly a strong cold wind from the Phalanx Tundra. It is directly
And that's an
north of us.
indication of where the Thallic
All
Tundra
Toothpick
is and
has
how it's
is
close
the
by.
uncanny ability for
That'll be important for
Is that in the map?
later episodes, and that is in the map as well.
Goodness, from disturbing
Trying to do all these subtle hints
I
of
was
where their
never
geographical
blind that
location
Toothpick
is
was
in
dumb. And I'm
I mean, I
not
basically
your
point
friend
out to you with the big
crying out
flashy thing on the map, and I do that throughout these episodes, just so people get an idea of what's happening where.
That doesn't mean I pay attention to the map.
I know.
What's
I
a
know.
map?
I'm like, the map is really cool. Oh, it's telling us something useful.
Yes, it's
Time
telling
for
us something
Sapphire.
useful. It's trying to help you. Class.
Got lost in the effects.
I cannot forget my bjork. Grenades, my friends, blankets, chocolate candy hearts.
Total ad-lib.
My 7th edition of the Tom Hanks series.
I'm okay with this.
Whose line is it anyway?
I'm okay with whoever. I'm okay with falling up into things. I'm okay with my terrible aim. I'm even okay with guard duty and retrieving glyphs. But please, this time, let's not do the Blue Bond Boys Code.
Sarge.
The Sarge is here. Yeah.
No.
Pipe down, Henderson. Blue Bonnet Boys ready, humble lumberjack. Which tree needs chopping today?
We just said goodbye to the
I so wish Joey Ranieri, who plays Lieutenant Dan, could have made it today, because I would love just to have you guys taking photos together of the love affair between you two, because Lieutenant Dan's just so in love with his Sarge.
Will you three pipe down?
Funny thing is, I think I recorded this one in my bathroom down in Florida.
Sounds like it, doesn't it?
I know there's an effect to it, but I don't remember how we recorded this. If it was
It
through,
was just normal.
was it through Facebook, over the phone?
No, it was just normal recording. I altered it.
Okay.
In season 1, we did that over Skype, just because I knew it was going to be distorted anyway.
It was Skype.
Yeah. Total ad-lib stuff. I just told them, pretend you're fighting with the other 3 that aren't here. I'm doing this voiceover.
Alright.
Enter the bad guy.
This Karak.
Yep.
So, these are
Almost looks like yogurt.
Yogurt.
Yogurt!
I do not even need to wait for those.
Besides the fact he's a hobgoblin, yes.
I can handle them myself.
And his voice almost sounds like Darth Helmet.
He talks a lot like Darth Helmet.
The other three.
And we'll see that in future episodes too. We're still in episode 1. The first episode's like 20 minutes long. It's insane.
Oh!
We're still in episode 1.
Clean up place. Mama is not here.
Yo, mama?
Why do you exist? Why are you here? Why are you looking at me? Put that rubber ducky away.
Rubber ducky away?
Yeah, Toothpick was about to do something strange with that rubber ducky, apparently.
Very soon my horse will come, and it will be the end of Yandar's famous airborne elite.
Next.
Episode 2.
Episode 2.
Do the episodes have titles?
I did not put titles on.
Did they have titles in the first season?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not crazy then.
Yes. I decided not to. I mean, the subtitles for them, I have like as like a screen capture, a screen frame for YouTube, as well as like in the comments, but not in the episode itself. I thought it took away from it.
No common sense, homicidal, suicidal, the commands appear to be.
And also, if I wanted to edit it into one film, like later on, like one long thing, I didn't want those in a way if I had to cut something.
Okay.
You will head west of your location to an abandoned city of ruins. Somewhere in that city is a tree you need to chop. There should not be any enemies, but you need to stay alert.
Understood, sir. We'll make you proud.
You always do good on its boys. Good luck and Godspeed. You have to go to the bathroom like now.
That was absolutely great.
I had to add that in.
Is that in the script?
That was just too perfect.
I absolutely love.
I have to go to the bathroom right now.
So wait. So is that actually in the script, or did he add that in?
That's unscripted.
Unscripted?
Yeah, that's added. But it's
That was perfect, but it's such a terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation.
There we go, a bunch of orcs. And if anyone knows about the gameplay, orcs actually are more overpowering of the airborne elite. So basically, if orcs against airborne elite, orcs win most of the time because they're just very OP against them.
They get to cheat and have multiple turns at once.
Yes.
You did that to me once. It was like they all, when one activates, the other ones activate at the same time or something like that. Some combination, yeah.
So they go into
Oh, is that what
area.
that flashy thing means?
Yeah, that's what flashy means. That means where they're at, where they're going.
Okay. So now we're not totally clueless. Just partially.
Just partially, yes.
And this is like a ruined city. So it used to be a city of lights and peace and happiness. Now it's just dead. There's nobody there. It's been dead for...
They were apparently too peaceful.
Apparently too peaceful, yes.
Yeah. There's a fine balance. Too peaceful, you get taken over. Not peaceful enough, you kill each other.
That's right.
Next time, drop a few grenades and take out the rest of us.
So, and yes, they're here to find a glyph. That's what they're here to look for, because they're the glyph hunters.
This is where we split up, boys. Shoot your gun in the air if you find the glyph.
Good instructions.
We regroup back at this spot in 30 minutes.
Start. My friend is worried about something.
I'm enjoying the fact that you've only got 2 types of terrain pieces there, because I know what kits they come from, but it doesn't look like they're the same 2 pieces repeated all over the place.
That's nothing bad.
Say what?
There's only those walls you have there. Isn't there only 2 types of walls from the starter set?
Yeah, there's 2 types of walls. Yeah.
But it doesn't look like there's only 2 types of walls.
Knock on fire.
That's true. It does look like they're different size pieces for like different buildings.
Around
Yes.
here for miles. This place is completely deserted. If an enemy comes in our view in the next 10 seconds, I will personally eat my helmet and see to it that there is no more Blue Bonnet Boy code words. Well, now that is over. Can we get back to searching for this stinking glyph?
9 seconds, sir.
Can you please pass the salt and pepper again?
Don't ask yourself where the arrows went. You know, when we go back to the airborne elites. Just don't ask where the arrows go.
The arrows go?
Yeah, because they're shooting arrows, but you don't see them, like, actually flying by the airborne elite at all.
Oh. Eh.
Just ignore it. Look at the blood tokens, you know? Blood splatters, yeah, explosions.
Are they supposed to be shooting arrows right there or something?
Well, arrows I could have put arrows to where they were passing by their shoulders or something. I just didn't want to.
You just
It was taking too long to edit this darn thing. I just wanted to release
It's
it.
a very easy excuse. They shot the initial volley of arrows, then when their army charges, they don't want to shoot their own army, so they stop firing.
Well, I think
Right.
so. That's it.
Where are you?
Yeah, that's a ticket. Yeah.
Are we ready?
I just like them running in this maze of, you know, buildings too. Trying to get out of it.
Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me.
Why me all the time?
I'm gonna go this way.
Oh, there's a glyph. Haha.
Pit trap.
Okay, that works.
Ever since I saw the pit trap, I wanted to use it for that reason, and yeah, we'll be seeing the pit trap a little
Where are
bit.
Henderson and
What's the
Gibb?
pit trap do in the
Did you
game?
see
Was
them?
like one wound or something?
No.
I think it sucks them in.
Oh, does it?
I think it does. It's supposed to actually suck them into the glyph
Oh, that's right. I think that's
There they are.
okay. Yes.
because it's a pit.
Hey guys, we found the glyph. Let's get out of here.
Look out!
Behind you, look out!
Watch
Uh-oh.
out!
Ouch.
So who just got shot?
Toothpick.
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 No!
Shorter episode.
Dum dum dum.
Very intense. And then one thing I'm very disappointed in myself with this episode is the fact that it took so long to make, and I didn't actually, and when I finished it and uploaded it, I forgot to color grade it.
Oh.
So you notice the color's just a little flat.
Toothpick.
That's why.
Run away.
I mean, it still looks good, but
Yeah.
you can tell the difference. I've shown it, you can tell the difference between it and it color graded. So I do plan to like release the battle scene between like Elderly versus Orcs and just have that together. And so that'll be color graded. And then when I release like all of season 3 as one video, that'll be color graded as well. But I'm just like, forget it. I'll just leave this as is.
What do you do for color grading? You just
Add a loot.
oh, okay.
I actually add a loot from Interstellar.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
That's all you do?
Yep.
No strength, no power other than all
I
your
love them looks.
mindless banter. Do you think a common squad like you would ever
Bad guy
stand a
talking. Who
chance
hasn't heard that
against
before?
Me?
Oh, yeah.
You're right. We are not strong.
Should have taken notes from Shazam. Are you
Disorderly.
making like some bad guy villain monologue or something?
Power. But we do have one thing you do not have.
Tell me. You can tell me before I kill you.
We have a strong will. And we have each other.
How pathetic. And how cliche. Keep believing that while you die.
I also think that my flower collection, all of
Air
it,
elemental
including my
wind.
is very, very important.
Ah, good. You're alive. Give me a moment to kill your friend.
I love the good guy music in this too. You know, plan to use this for when good guys have their moments. This music's gonna be there.
Killing me when you had the chance.
And lots of blood tokens in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
I love the sound effects too. Jason encouraged me to add as much gore effects as possible.
Did I say that?
Yep, I think you did. I think you encouraged me for that.
Watch out, Gib.
I'm like, okay.
That might be something I would have said.
Everyone, get near me. My friend's power will keep the orc sword away.
Wow, Toothpick. I don't know exactly how you're alive right now, but you heard him, boys. Be ready to use your guns.
Attack those fools!
It's time we get our gimp on.
Yeah, and getting your gimp on is now canon.
Nice.
Is that in the? Was that a script or?
Nope, that was not scripted, but very necessary.
Boy.
And that will probably be one of the top selling shirts whenever I get that on a shirt.
Get your gimp
on.
Yep.
Gotta be careful though. They might think we're talking about Pulp Fiction.
I have no idea.
You never watched Pulp Fiction?
Nope.
I say we take
Okay.
care of this one first.
Yeah,
Then
you'd have to
talk about
watch it to get the reference. It's not a good
It
reference.
is overcome. You already know
Put,
what
just
you
put a
are meant to
grenade there
do.
or something, and you're, or like having a whole bandolier of grenades, and
You know why I'm hunting them? I did not think so.
Oh, we
Go
got
ahead
a
and keep the prime air
Resident Kyrie coming in to save the day, kind of. They just basically stand there and watch, but
yeah,
they're there for moral support.
Soon I will hold a power that will rival no one, and all of
While our bad guy continues monologuing.
for me. Or
he wouldn't be a bad guy if he didn't.
You talk way too much.
And then they pointed out
I
too.
will see you
They'd be great at
forward
CinemaSins.
very soon.
So that teleportation was painful.
Miss Kelda.
I think he was angry at the fact that the grenade was about to explode at his feet.
Two?
This is a first for me.
Well, you do not need to be worried. My friend is very powerful.
You mean the prime air elemental is in you? It must have a big sense of humor.
Can someone please tell me what is going on here?
It looks like this friend of Toothpick is real.
And it's giving Toothpick more power. That is why one wound did not kill him.
Yes, because
Oh, that's
technically,
right.
in the game,
I can
one
take care of
wound
that
will
one.
kill an airborne elite, because all they have is one wound on them.
So this
So that's why Toothpick should have been dead, but he isn't, because he's got additional life points because he's symbiote with the air elemental.
guessing
Right.
it is different from normal elementals?
Yes, it is very different. I found out today that one of you had it, so I went to your border fortress only to find you had already gone. Sergeant Alexander could not get you on the radio, so I flew here, and Kelda joined me on the way.
Just so you know, I will not play favorites.
Toothpick, you're so funny.
Someone thought that line was very funny
Gosh.
in the comments in the show.
Not play favorites.
Yeah.
I'm sure you all
my.
have many questions.
It's a reference
but I will
maybe
not
towards
be one
not
to
playing your
answer
favorite
them.
like figures all the time,
I will
maybe,
take
from
you to
interior gaming.
Yandar. He can explain what is going on.
I love this. I love using this Maro.
It's a Morrow?
Yep,
Oh yeah, that guy.
Maro teleporter.
Interesting.
Because I love the teleportation effect. It's just so fun to use.
So the Morrow now apparently speak 3 languages. They have their weird little chittery thing. They have what I do with Nigo Saw and English now.
Yeah, well, some speak English, yeah. Yeah, and Kimo, she definitely speaks English, because she speaks English even in the animated series that they've done with Hero Escape.
Letting us know about our base on the way here.
Yes, now we are fully stocked with grenades, ammunition, and
Apologies for the fact you can't really see much.
We are prepared. For what? Who knows?
Because I animated this way too dark. I
Yeah.
should have added another light. I didn't, and I wasn't about to reanimate everything that I did over again. So it's like, gotta live with it. You can kind of see them. And I lightened it up as much as I could. So,
Came out alright.
yeah, I mean, it's okay.
His name is
If it's the worst thing to happen, then I'm
power is nothing to sneer at. You four took him by surprise.
There's our Mara
You
teleporter.
had an unusual amount of
Spine.
Oh, what is it you humans call it?
Look.
Yes. They do seem to have an ability to find a way out of tough situations, but usually ones that they themselves fall into.
My Lord Yandar. I brought them, just as you asked me to.
I kind of tagged along.
I am Yandar, or Jandar, you may call me. But usually,
Is there a debate how to pronounce his
Yeah,
name?
that was unscripted. I put that in just because people were saying, you're not saying the name right. It needs to be this way, it needs to be that way, so I just did both. It's like it doesn't matter.
Yandar versus Jandar?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think technically it should be Yandar. That's what the Heroescape realists will say.
Please show yourself, Prime.
You gotta follow
Has
canon.
Hasbro ever pronounced it?
I don't know how they pronounced it because they didn't say it in their
Well,
videos.
then there's not an official statement on it unless they got some pronunciation. Like the whole Kador versus Kador thing in War Machine.
Or Drow versus Drow and any of the
Yeah.
Tolkien worlds.
Wait. I think we should wait until he is done taking a bath. We're so inappropriate.
Huh? Oh, just ignore him.
And now, bring out the intro for the
More
show.
fourth wall breaking.
To all of you guys watching at home, there's going to be a lot of talking in this episode. I promise there will be a small fight scene. So keep watch for it.
Toothpick, why are you...
Toothpick knows. He knows.
He's in the know.
He's in the know. I'd like to have like sometimes a Deadpool miniature. That would be so fun to have him and Toothpick just start fourth wall breaking everywhere.
I thought we were talking
That would be
about how
cool.
we can't see Jandar.
They do sell 28mm Marvel characters.
I know.
They probably have one for Deadpool. They're probably very similar size.
Yeah, now you're getting into copyright issues, but that would be awesome.
This is already copyright issue.
Yeah, it is. It already is.
Wow.
And you already got Dungeon. Well, it has runs Dungeons and Dragons, so let me see. I can tell you what he looks like.
My body and my power.
You are a ghost?
No, I did not.
I don't know if the new Marvel tabletop games that are out have Deadpool in them, but I bet they do.
All I have left of me is my consciousness.
So this is a lot of backstory. Good information to know if you want to know about the universe. And it's me talking, playing Jandar. I did not want to play Jandar. The last thing I wanted to do was voice Jandar. I'm not the right voice for it, but unfortunately,
And without the general,
I'm the only one that has the microphone.
Yeah, that'd have been better for a real deeper voice to play.
It was, and we did have somebody for season 1, but he wasn't able to make it for these next few seasons. And didn't find a replacement, so I had to do it.
Unfortunately, the Marvel miniatures are 35mm, so it'd be a little bit bigger than these guys.
And I'm sure Deadpool would be all over Toothpick about that, too. Like, hey, I'm bigger than you.
The first adult-only
now.
Tales of Valhalla. I don't think you can do Deadpool and still make it kid-friendly. I don't think it's allowed.
I don't know if I could really have, do a Deadpool voiceover for the fact that if someone didn't sound like Ryan Reynolds, I don't know if it would sound good, really. You'd have to have someone that sounds like him, and that's hard to do.
But others under Utgar's banner would find a way to gain advantage.
So Korok could be seeking his own way for total power.
Korok is strong, but this is something he could not know.
And when I wrote this,
on his own.
I really don't know what the reason is here. The conclusion comes out okay, but the reason behind the conclusion right now, I'm like, I was reviewing, I'm just like, that really doesn't make any sense. But okay, whatever. We're just gonna go through it.
I wouldn't worry about it.
No.
Sci-fi, fantasy, forget reasoning, screw it. Tell a story.
Hey, man. Mystery Science Theater 3000 proves that.
And actually, a lot of people comment on it because I thought this episode is one of the worst episodes that's probably going to be released for seasons 2 and 3. And I actually had some people say like I'm really loving the story, I'm really like, this is just great. I'm like, well, thank you.
This is like 90% of the story.
Yeah. And this whole conversation, this took about 2 weeks just to get the voiceovers linked up.
Wow.
It took a while because it's like 10, 14 pages of script. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Are sticking together.
But please, call me Gary.
Why, of course. Why didn't you tell me at the beginning? You are too.
It's funny. The boy who's
My friend
voicing Aiden, who's voicing the Air Elemental, he was a boy. Then I got his voiceovers like 3 or 4 years ago. Now he's a teen.
Oh.
Well, that's a problem.
Yeah, it might be.
4 different kinds of.
We can just say that the Air Elemental matured if we have him again in future seasons.
Telling Adasa that it's coming out, you want to go, no, that's going to be boring. But you voiced over. Don't you remember? Never mess with a girl. She goes, yeah, but that's
Boring.
So one
And her voice isn't up yet.
Yeah, I know,
It
right?
isn't up until end of season
Will be
2.
going after the other primes.
I was about to say that. Interrupt me again, Henderson, and it's hard
Anyway,
duty for
they
a
say
whole
all that to basically set up the Airborne Elite to go on a quest. That's
He now knows the
That's what this whole
Prime Air
conversation is
Elemental
about,
is
basically.
in private too.
I like how the Monty Python does that, you know, like
Other
in
primes
Search for the Holy
can
Grail.
Come back anytime and
It is I,
now.
God.
And if
Oh,
that is
no,
the
no,
case,
don't grumble.
must
Don't say you're sorry either.
find elemental
What are you doing? I'm hurting my eyes. Stop it!
I am certain that under Karak's control,
Now go on a quest.
under the control of whoever's pulling Karak's strings, the prime elementals would make them almost invincible. It's troubling. I would not be surprised if Karak joined all the primes together. It would create a power to surpass the strongest Valkyrie at its greatest strength.
That is true.
Tell me, Prime, would you be able to find where the other primes are?
I can sense them.
Me too. But wait.
Yeah, since Toothpick is symbiotic with the elemental, he ends up with its powers as well. So, or able to
This is
control and
where it
manipulate his
starts
power.
making very little sense. I know where this is going. Since we are your very best squad of
Lay in the
heroes,
cheese, Lieutenant Dan. Lay in the
you want us
cheese.
to locate these the things. And
Joey
say
Ranieri, who
the
plays Lieutenant Dan,
world,
he.
well,
Some people described it, and I'll say he really is the cornerstone for this series with his character of Lieutenant Dan. Just it carries the Airborne Elite to where they need to go, and other characters as well. If you didn't have that character, it wouldn't be as interesting of a show. For sure.
Even though Raylan is quite
Yeah.
correct.
Applause for Joey Ranieri, who isn't here today.
Soldiers have a great part to play in this.
And I always laugh when I listen to his voiceovers too. There's lots of stuff that I can't even post, online. This is all very tame stuff.
Kind of like that takeoff on Mothers. That was bad in itself.
Yeah. Well.
This is a
Yeah.
dangerous quest.
Yeah. That's not going to show. Yeah. That's not going to show. Yeah. What you did.
That'll never make.
That will. Yeah.
That will never make even the bloopers.
No.
Just take off on Mothers. It's Sergeant Drake Alexander's voice going something along the lines of, "Let's get off the subject of Mothers since I just got off yours." Yeah. I mean, I did like
And we're gonna have to cut this now.
straight.
Since you always need a babysitter, Toothpick.
Yeah. Sean was in rare form that day.
What do you say, Henderson? This is an opportunity for you to become the hero you always wanted to be. That's pretty good. You're gonna fall flat on your face.
And doing
Just for
voice-
the record, guys, that's all you're gonna get from me on my blooper reel.
doing voiceovers, you'd be surprised. Like I got about quarter to half of voice actors who do similar things. So
Gotta have fun with it, though.
it's a lot of fun.
With no easy way out, and no return until the primes are found. You will most likely face enemies with power beyond any of you.
This is a lot of talking,
You will
though. It
have
is.
to fight them alone. But
And I wrote the
at
script.
least I can tell you.
Good night.
Again,
Wake me up in a few minutes.
I know, right? Hold on.
This is only 14 minutes, believe it or not.
Is it?
Yeah.
Johnny Sullivan.
That's the length of a good nap. Come on, man.
Fall asleep over here.
It's necessary information, and it only happens once throughout these 2 seasons. So.
Question: are we getting a test at this?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm out of here then.
It's been fun. The pizza was great. We gotta go.
Understood.
I have faith in you.
Yay! My girlfriend's gonna be joining us.
And there is a warrior from Uller's army that will join you as well.
What? This territory is east of us.
I made sure all 5 of you. Oh, sorry. All 6 of you will have clearance to pass Oler's borders.
And once you are there, They will be able to transport all of you to the
Another name. Ular, Ular, we don't know. We say both. Yeah, characters say both, so just to make everybody happy.
Potato. Starch that has so much sugar could give you diabetes, pancreatitis attack.
To us. Oh no. Do not worry. We are fully armed and ready for action.
Kelda, guide them well, and may you all be successful on your quest. Farewell.
Excuse me, Mr. Jandar, sir?
Someone thought that was funny too. Someone wrote down, "Excuse me, Mr. Jandar, sir."
I am sorry, Btw, but Raylan, I need for another journey. So now, for your quest, Raylan, you will take Sergeant Drake Alexander and travel to the...
Wait. I sense a...
And cue the fight scene. A small one. But still. And that's the first time they encounter each other, but it won't be the last time that they spar against each other.
a Morrow teleporter.
Look for them going head to head in the future.
Yes, you're very right. It probably heard our whole conversation until you sensed it. It will know their mission. Warn Kelda before she gets too far away.
I should have been more careful. How soon do you think Karak will know?
I believe Karak will not know anything. That was a Morrow, and without Utgar's control, the Morrow race will only be serving themselves.
And it will now make 2 pairs of hunters after them.
But before you go, give me a few seconds to explain your own journey. After you warn Kelda...
Isn't Kelda like 50 feet away right now? Shouldn't you stop them, warn them, come back, and sort it out?
By the time the monologue ends, it'll probably be about a mile and not 50 feet.
Okay.
Raylan can fly. She can go fast. And then we see some Kimoshi.
Oh, there's me hanging out.
Yep.
What have you discovered?
Yeah. That guy's a good voice actor too, Mr. Michael Ortiz.
Alright, so you haven't caught 5 yet, have you?
No, I have not. This is the first time watching this one.
This is episode 5. Let's see some Morrow here, guarding things, acting.
They are irrelevant. Our targets are the airborne elite. Yes, Nico-san. I know you want them because they embarrassed you by destroying your Morrow warriors. But there is another reason I want them. The power that private
That's a creepy voice.
And I know just the
It's right up there with Herbert the pervert. Say, Chris, you want to know what I do with the staff?
You will follow them.
So Michael did a great job. I knew as soon as I auditioned him that I wanted him for Kimoshi.
Pick one who has a very high level of importance.
It's kind of appropriate that I released this on October 31st.
A little bit, yeah.
The map indicates me, and shiny thing means that's where they're at. Okay, just so people know.
Alright.
On today's epic adventure,
My name is Morspring, son of Mahan, brought here to Valhalla to protect all from the resurrection of Sutima. I will forever be on guard and always on the watch for her appearance. I will...
Well, thank you, Mr. Marsbane. I am guessing you are the one who...
That is Morspring.
Ah, right. We are the Airborne Elite. And Kelda.
And Kelda.
Jandar sent us to you because you are a wizard and...
Huh? A wizard?
What do you know? Too big. You're right about wizards being on this planet.
I sure am.
That's a reference from season 1.
Darn wizards.
What? It's a long story again. I'll tell you later.
And we need some help transporting over to the Takala regions.
Yes, everything is already prepared. Please follow me.
I like Morsbane because Morsbane basically gives his whole backstory in just like a couple of lines here in this episode.
Are those like random elf archers up there?
Yep. And there's Sylvaris there. No, he's right there.
See, it clouds too.
I did that on purpose.
Just enthusiastic. And Sylvaris is voiced by me as well. So,
There are 6
the
glyphs.
whiny voice.
Mosley, are you coming with us?
By the goodness of Allah, no. A leader with great power such as myself is needed here to prepare for the time which is to come where I will vanquish the evil Sedima and bring justice to my mother. After that, I will find that fiend wolf kissing night to deliver justice for the betrayal of my mother.
Then who is going with us?
Oh, that will be Mariko. Now, where does she go to?
You called me?
Mariko is a ninja. She is very good at stealth and a quick kill.
I do what I can.
Thanks for mentioning that after she scares us to death.
I'm not concerned about any of your feelings, just your protection. In that, I will not fail.
Thank you for being able to join us, Mariko. I'm sure we will all work together well as a unit.
Better to just let me handle the fighting. I wouldn't want any of you common soldiers getting hurt.
If you think for 1 second I'm gonna let a girl take the first shot in a battle, then you don't know Lieutenant Daniel Taylor. Not a lieutenant. If anyone's in the
Lieutenant.
it will be me.
That's going to get thrown in every once in a while now.
Is he not actually lieutenant?
He's not actually a lieutenant. And that's also told in season 1 that he just likes to call himself that.
That is all very nice. Now, if each
That's right.
please stand alone.
That'd be funny if you had somebody reference him as Lieutenant Dion.
That's what kind of gimp is, you know? More bad guys. Here's Estavara.
I stream Lieutenant Dion.
Is that Krug?
Nope.
No, it's a different
That's
guy.
Torin.
Torin.
Not worry. I do not want you to kill Karak. Yet. Yes.
And believe it or not, those two voice actors, the main voice actor who plays Estavara and the one who plays Torin, they're married and they just had a kid.
Oh,
Really?
A daughter, yeah.
Congratulations!
Yay!
All the prime elementals. He will set into motion.
so are you gonna do more child labor and put another screaming kid in as a character?
I don't think they let me.
Probably a good idea.
One kid per
One kid
per
per
idea
season.
per season.
is good enough.
Hans, have to be careful with that.
And we see an elemental.
I control you. You will be mine.
Some good special effects here. That was fun.
So says staff let him control the elementals?
Pretty much. And allows to gather them by force, too.
One down. 3 more to go.
Lots of maniacal laughing in this episode.
I know they're bad guys. That and long-winded
Long
monologue.
monologuing, yeah.
Oh, that's
So,
it.
yeah, that's it. So that's first 5 episodes, about 50 minutes of video, believe it or not. So yeah, final thoughts. Oy. I suppose.
I'm seeing the storyline come together.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to rock. I didn't quite know where it was going from the beginning, but now I'm starting to see more and more.
Yeah. That first part was just talking about basically where they were at as far as the world is concerned. And And then we get into the main plot where basically you center around the Airborne Elite and correct the Elementalist and how they have to stop him, basically.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Yep, and so, so hopefully next time we're able to do a commentary like next year or so, we'll be able to not just watch the second half of Season 2, but also probably the first half of Season 3, hopefully. Well, if I'm that far along. Yeah, that's it. If you're watching the edited version of this on the Tales of Valhalla YouTube Facebook page, on the Tales of Valhalla YouTube page, there is the full version on our Conductor Productions page, and it'll be in a link below. If I'm whatever camera I'm pointing to, there'll be a link in the description below.
It's more or less down.
More or less down in the comic section. You can see the full length part of it here
somewhere.
So thank you guys. Thank everybody for watching. And we'll see you guys next time. Later.
See you later. Be good.